welcome to the Marketing Working Group call. Thank you for joining, Jonathan, Gosman, Stella, our regular marketing contributors. Thank you. And today we are streaming live on our regular platforms. Right now, Stella is trying to see how we can stream live also on TikTok. Hopefully, we can. If not, we will still be trying for next time. So don't worry about it. Um, today we have some interesting things to work around. Um, First of all, we have an upcoming event, which is tomorrow, the You Make Us first show. So that will be really exciting to, first of all, know all the stewards at the DAO and get to know a little bit better how these people have engaged with the DAO and now they are contributing as stewards and all that journey to become a steward. And obviously, that can also inspire more people to join DAOs and contribute to DAOs and hopefully become stewards because these kind of roles are not like one time only and that person stays like forever. So that's something also to consider. And if you want to contribute to a DAO, because everyone has a really valuable point of view, then that would be awesome. And so that first, and maybe we can catch up on those things, and then see how we will manage the next content to be contributed. So because we already have our content calendar like filled for March, we may be good to plan for the next batch for April. So yeah, hey Wilty, welcome to the marketing working group call. And
Hey, I made it this time. Yay. Oh, you want to see my face?
yay,
Okay. Hey, look at my
awesome.
face. Look at this cool thing behind me. Yeah, you like that? I know. It's cool.
Yeah, although it's like flipped,
What do you mean it's flipped?
like I'm not able to read
Can you
it
not read
because
it?
it's like backwards.
Oh, so Restream doesn't automatically mirror the image, huh? Okay, no worries.
Oh, it's a mirror. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Stella, what you
I
wanted to tell
don't.
us?
So I'm live on TikTok right now, but I don't think there's an option in which I can share the screen of a different app from my phone.
Oh.
So this doesn't seem to be working unless one of you has an idea on what to hit here next. I would say this is not a good idea. But it was worth trying, I agree on that. But yeah, it's essentially, if I edit also here, like this is just, I don't know, I cannot even be seen on this TikTok testing, I guess. But yeah, it's not,
Mm.
doesn't seem like I can. No.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry guys. This was a nice test. Bye. See you on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on X if you want to join us for the Marketing DAO call. Peace out.
Please. Oh, Gosman says he can't hear us. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe it's something about your internet connection.
I actually have an idea for Gosman. I was about to write him before we started the call, but then I got distracted. Um, hey, I think we should be audible. But also, do you want to join us rather on YouTube? I get your comments in here and can respond and bring them up. And it might lighten your internet connection. Lighten your internet connection. I wanted to tell him this before, but I forgot. Sorry for this, Cosman. I know you can't hear me, but also sorry. Also, let me quickly check if we're good on YouTube. Just making sure here, so we're not messing up this very important part.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So, first of all, let's see. Oh, what happened? Something happened. I don't know what I did. Wait a second, please.
So, Ceci, when I first came on, you were talking about getting ready for the April campaigns. Is that the focus now?
Well, we are now focusing on the You Make Us show that we will be starting tomorrow, and then it will have a cadence of 3 weeks. So after 3 weeks, we will have another show, and I think already Anupa has already organized all the speakers for next shows. There were many people like wanting to show up and showcase their work and their projects, and that's awesome. So yeah, that coordination goes by Anupas.
Anupa told me that she will be running late for today's call.
Hmm.
So might be half an hour. But I also think like the biggest agenda point today was actually getting like to work on the website, right? Or
Yes.
is this like shifted to someone else?
No, no, no. But yes, we need to talk about the website. We were like talking about this rebranding topic, like the last call. So we should talk about it now and come up with ideas on how we are going to tackle this, as we need to also show this new approach of making the protocols as a service also visible, and think how we are going to strategically also communicate it on social media, but also in on the reach out to other DAOs or companies or any other one that would
Yeah.
need our services.
Okay.
Hmm.
So should I call up the last like the last thing we actually did, so we
Yes.
can take a look at that again, because we did some rough block out. I don't know if you guys remember this, and was with some commentary, right? But we actually never went really like
Further.
back to it. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So I guess now is a really good time to do that. So let me,
Yes. Yes.
sorry, let me make sure you guys are over here, and gonna do maybe this,
Yeah. Good.
right? That's
Yeah.
better. Okay. So that was the last standing proposition, right? It was just really a rough block out. It was also like considering the dashboard that the guys had previously wanted to build, and then we never got to it, right? Um, and yeah, like I remember like you said like, oh, let's keep it to one call to action, not two, right? So
Hmm.
maybe then neither of those are what we want, right? Maybe we want to focus on just really one call to action. um yeah, and just like roughly like figuring out what are the sections that we want, right?
Hmm.
And um I know I showed you this before. It's not because it's such an amazing website, but it keeps things pretty clean and simple, right? So it's like this adoption page, and it's like, okay, you have the initial page, similar to what we want, right? We want to explain like how does this work, right? Like what's really important right now, and hey, if you happen to be, this is like kind of the structure, right? And the menu is like very like similar, simple to that. So I think we want something in a way pretty similar to that. We want to give just enough information that people will feel curious enough to, do whatever we want them to do, but we also do not want to overload, right? So that's kind of like the like I guess the challenge of this is like finding the right mix of this, and I don't think it's gonna be easy. So maybe we could start with just like doing some brainstorm dumping into the chat, or you can obviously also open your mic and just tell me like what you guys think, like, should be on the front page. Like I know, we spoke, Stacey, and you said protocol as a service, right? Like service, what do we offer, right? What is it and what do we offer, right? What
Mm,
is it and what do we offer? Um, okay. So some information has to become before that, right? We actually have to let people know who we are, what we do,
mm,
right? So that could be in the hero section, right? I think
mhm,
this this could be the hero section, which is like hero is like what do we do and for whom, right?
mhm,
And then underneath it, we probably need an explainer who we are, right? Because we're a DAO, we're not a company anymore.
mm.
So
Okay.
that's important. And then we can explain protocol as a service, I feel. But we need like two explainers before we can even get to this, because otherwise it will probably not make sense to most people. What do you
Yeah.
guys say? I'm
Totally.
I'm handing it out as a debate for you guys.
Mhm.
I'm gonna munch my little avena, my avena snack.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is, yeah, you're right. On the hero section is like very, very brief, like I don't know, like a one-liner explainer of what unlock protocol is. One line, and also what we could have is some kind of mm, I don't know how is this called in English. Let me
Let me know in Spanish, maybe I know.
un lema.
Ah, go away. I don't know what is lemma.
We're in the same. Our motto. Our motto.
Mm,
Hmm, interesting.
mm.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe have that motto as also like very short. I don't know. Get your
I
access.
don't know. That
Yeah,
that might already be overkill, no?
yeah. It should be like unlock protocol, like the headliner in big letters. Then the one liner explainer of what unlock protocol is, and yeah, then maybe then that's just enough because then it will be
Sorry, I'm just rough drafting here, okay? This is not how it's
yeah,
gonna look like.
yeah, so something like that. So it's not too much text to read, but it gives you like the right information. So that's good. And then let me see. Um, okay. So then after that, the next section, we should like it could be like some kind of a carousel of the use cases, like to give a more visually explained what the use cases unlock protocol solves. So then it should be some kind of a carousel, I was thinking. So let's say memberships and a really short line explainer of what a membership is, like timeline or time constraint, smart
Actually,
contract,
we
something like
already
that.
kind of have something like this in one of the presentations I made. Maybe I
Hmm.
can just use this. Look.
Yeah, but the text would need to be really, really short.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's for sure. But just saying
Mm,
like the idea of like, like little. Okay, I will
yeah.
make this better. Don't worry. I will make
Mm.
this better.
So each card should be, and maybe what we can do is also, maybe we can grab some memberships that we already know that they are using Unlock to have them as examples, you know? So,
Legally a nightmare. Do you really want to do this?
well, that's an idea. I don't know. It's an idea, but
Let's just
could
make
be
this
good.
graphically look nice and timeless so we don't always have to keep on changing this either.
Hmm.
Like, let's not get into this like nightmare of like we are legally responsible for anything, you know? This
Hmm.
is like personally like, thank you, bye. Okay,
Yeah, okay, okay.
okay. So this is how it works, right? Okay, we got
Hmm.
this. So then that comes before how it works. Okay.
Hmm.
Then we should probably say who we are, right?
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Who are we? Uh, Unlock is a technology governed by a
That, that-
decentralized community. Okay, I'm not using DAO. Okay,
yeah,
not
exactly.
using DAO. All right. And then, how do you guys think we should visualize this? I mean, we can keep a similar format, but we should probably do it better. Should we
Maybe.
use our organizational like NFT? Should we use these?
That would be good.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot is changing in this. This is why I haven't like reminted those, just so you know. I haven't
Mm.
forgotten about them, right?
But now, since there is no labs, oh, yeah,
Exactly. I'm
yeah.
not gonna remint those because
Mm,
it doesn't make any sense. It's a little bit of a shame. But maybe we can find another way of using them, you know?
mm, yeah.
Because there's also no leads to it anymore. Doesn't
Mm,
exist. Meow, meow.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. Who we are. Use memberships as visual part of the explanation. Okay, cool. What was next, boys and girls?
Mm,
We said, what did we say? Um, who we
mm,
are. Protocol as a service. What we offer, right? But shouldn't we first tell, like, make people feel excited, like, about,
mm-hmm.
how cool we are and who else is using us?
Yeah,
Kind of like,
because
like
that's
a little,
some kind of our backing.
yeah, I think so, right?
Mm. Who is using us? That's good. And
Make it a graphic strip, right? This is probably, that's gonna look
mhm.
quite nice. Okay.
So also, we already have something like that on the website, like how
Oh, this
many
here?
yeah, no, yeah, obviously that, but also like how many memberships have been minted and deployed,
Mm.
that those kind of numbers to
Mm-hmm.
give some kind of excitement of how how many people are still using it. So, but obviously it would be good to have like icons or some kind of graphic,
Yeah.
small icons, just to give it a boost in the design of that.
Yes. I understand where you want to go with this. No worries. I get your back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And then we can go to what we offer, right?
Yes, exactly.
For those who want further insights, we can just host a link down here on the right so they can
Mm-hmm.
immediately go to the state of unlock page. And then here's what we want to offer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And okay, so what we offer, and then we set three packages, right? With the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for extending the offer. And we should probably include book a call, right? Link. So
Mm-hmm.
this can be done pretty easily. And I think the book a call should not go to a meet with or a Calendly. It should actually go to a form,
Mm-hmm.
so they can leads to a forum. So we can get into the call in an informed manner, right? We need to know what they actually want. I don't want to be on a call wasting an hour to understand what they want. So
Yeah.
ideally, it makes sense they give us that information prior. So we have to design a form around this, right?
Yeah. But shouldn't like I think Meet with also have like some kind of a form when booking a call, hasn't
Mm,
it?
Let me check with Patrick. Wait, writing him right now, literally. Because we were just chatting about something very unrelated, so I know he's around. Hey, Patrick.
Let's
Quick
see.
question. Can I embed call link on a website with meetwith.xyz that immediately leads, or not immediately, that first leads the user to a form they need to answer, submit before they can actually book?
Yeah, because on Google Calendar there is some kind of a booking form.
Okay. Yeah, I just asked. Let's see.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, that would be good. So with
Right?
I think it's all good. Now on the header, you have that bar where there are these what's this called?
You mean the header menu?
Yes, those tabs exactly. So
Hmm.
that header menu, how are we going to keep those or are we going to adjust them?
No, I
Be-
think we should adjust them.
yeah, because right now mm, we should have like
Hmm.
mm,
Gosman is on YouTube. I just replied to his comment to see
mm,
if he gets the messages back. I hope he does.
awesome. Yeah, better. Good to have you over there, Gosman. If you have
Still
any
with us.
questions, please let us know. We can pop it up and address it, and also share us your thoughts on everything what we're discussing, please. And everyone else here, please, too. Mm, what should we have on those tabs? Because I'm feeling that something something that could be needed as a tab is the protocol as a service. Could
Mhm.
be like
Mm,
explaining what a protocol as a service means and how it would work.
so first of
I don't
all,
know.
that's way too long for a menu item. First
Mm,
of all,
mm,
right? And
mhm,
if we shorten it, no one will get it. So no one will look at it either. I think maybe we can house it under products. I still think like I don't know who was this, but someone brought us Moon DAO on another
mhm.
day, and they
Yeah.
have like all of these different tabs, right? And
Mm,
some of it is like I think it's just too much information to be honest. But
yeah.
another part of it is also like it's pretty easy to understand, right? So it has like essentially not a notification but a sign in button for those people who are like eager to just get cooking with
Mhm,
unlock, right? So let's have them get cooking. And then they have projects, they have teams,
mm,
um, and so for us that would be products, right? And community, I think. What we do want to increase is subscriptions to our blog because that just means we can send out, very dedicated information to more people at the same time.
mhm, mhm,
So I think this should be its own thing without some down button, right? And I think the products are also good. I think honestly, this developer stuff, like I understand that an engineer would put it there. I don't think it makes any sense to be honest.
mm,
Like from a now community run project perspective, because I think if we have the GitHub down here, the Twitter and the Discord, and maybe the Telegram, right? Because we kind of like said that Telegram is more sexy, right? At this point, maybe, probably. That would be good. And then, just keep it very clean, honestly. Like, I feel we've been way too, you know what I'm trying to say? I think you know.
yeah. What I find that people really need, like at the first glance, is tutorials, guides, and all that stuff is like really very visited, but it's like spread around everywhere. So, like, let's say guides is up.
Why don't we just make it help,
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
right? And maybe like rather do it like just services, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then essentially house the products under the services.
Yes, exactly.
So, like, the events page, right? Because that's a service originally created by the Unlock Labs team. Then, our like protocol services, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
us, like you said, like our thing, right, of embedding this. I
Mm-hmm.
think we have a certification page, right? We have ask
Member.
an expert we could include as like a separate thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like this. Then, obviously community stuff and under help, you said, what did you say under help? You
Other
said,
help would be tutorials, video tutorials, guides, uh, documentation. It's obviously there. Then what else we have?
I think
Uh,
that's good. Anything
libraries
else?
and tools.
That's the documentation. So it's
So,
just
okay,
another word.
okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There should
And
be
then,
one use
hi, Anupa.
cases. Hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone. I think what is really from what I'm getting from the community also is use cases would be good, you know, where where you can actually show projects that work in Unlock can be showcased.
I mean, we have it a little bit spread out. So we have some showcases on the blog, right? And we have this
Okay.
showcase gallery, but honestly, no one is taking care of it because it's so complicated for all of us to update this one. So we're kind of not touching it. So this
No,
is,
if it's not something very difficult, if it's a template, I'm happy to do that because,
it's
let's
not,
say the people. Is it very difficult? Oh,
it
okay.
requires you
It,
to actually code.
oh,
This is why
okay.
no
Then,
one is touching
yeah.
it. And then actually Danny tried and Danny couldn't make it update either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bit
Because I was
frustrating.
thinking, yeah, because that's definitely something that from what I've been getting from the community would be nice. Um, uh, to showcase projects that actually work. So that's what I was thinking, that if you make us uh, works out, then we could definitely have a you make us uh, like a showcase or like a use case page where we can add the various projects and people can then see like what is it that we're building, and
Yeah,
and use those projects, like let's say Gwen's project or Thibault's project or your project or anybody. I think that would be necessary also to see, like what else is happening. Where would we put something like Metopia, like internal projects that are happening with Unlock or Incented?
I think website is rather hard to do that, Anupa, because the updating requires so much work, and I cannot do it. Danny cannot do it, and um, mm, Julian doesn't have the time to do it. So
Mm,
the more timeless we can keep the website, right, the easier this will be for us to have it
mm,
like look updated without like trying to keep on touching it. So I think like
um,
for these things, this
Okay.
is why I want to bring more people to the blog, because on the blog we can push it out like this, right, and we can drop it right into people's inboxes. So we have like direct access to where we actually want people to like recognize that this exists.
mm.
Like, I understand what you're trying to do, but I just have a
Yeah,
feeling
no,
it
I
might
mean,
not be very
I agree.
realistic.
Yeah, yeah, I
Mm.
appreciate that, because if it's like resource based and it's not happening, then there's no point of us um like debating on that. What Yeah, so then in that case I think even as a drive for Twitter, maybe there might be like one post per week encouraging people to just join this, where they can sign up and subscribe and find out more,
Good
just
point.
letting people know exactly like what's going on. Also, CC, I was thinking maybe you and Kathy together can come on, on You Make Us, so you can definitely talk about Metopia together.
Yeah, but would be good to do that if we get the partnership to be renewed and or extended.
Okay. Okay.
So because this is
Okay.
finishing on March 30th.
Okay.
So I already asked Casey
Okay.
to consider that, and
Okay.
she said that, yeah, that's great. They are going to align internally first, and then they are going to come up
Yeah, sure.
with
I think,
project
yeah,
ideas.
because yeah, like I think for the next 3 weeks, I've got speakers. So after that, there is a slot, and maybe we can. I was thinking that, yes, since you were saying, then both of us, both of you guys can come on, and it'll be good to have that interaction.
Mhm. Yeah, sure, sure. So maybe on community, it would be good to have the form of you make us. That would be good. So people can fill the form,
But are
maybe.
they using Unlock? If they're using Unlock, for sure they can sign up.
Yeah, but that's something that it already states in the form, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So
We can include this on the showcase. So we can restructure the actual showcase page and
Mm.
maybe make it more, I want to say, automated, if that makes sense.
mhm.
Maybe this is what's I will talk with. So just FYI, Mr. Julian is very busy to build us a custom community governance board, and it's looking pretty good. He already told me I should please. He said like, probably your eyes are bleeding, and I'm like, yes, they are. Because the UI was like, it's actually it's no UI design, but he knows that, right? But
Mm,
he's embedding all the functions right now, and it seems to be like he will definitely have this ready for us. So that's the good news. Okay, so we will have a governance dashboard, and then I can talk to him about all of these changes because I already told him in January that there will be a sneak attack coming his way, and I'm trying to figure out right now how we can work collaboratively. So I can redesign the front end and he can like easily, link all the backend wiredness to all of this. And maybe there is a way to make some of these things automated, like for example, the showcase.
mm,
Because in here, right, I built this like so you guys already knows, you've seen this.
Yeah,
I built this
yeah,
like admin panel, and I'm
yeah,
thinking maybe we can have something very, very similar. So then, Anupa or whoever's in charge, right, would be able to, like, whenever there is a showcase finished, to actually post this up there, right, and it just loads on the page very like independently, I want to say.
yeah,
So that could be a
yeah,
solution
yeah,
to
yeah,
this, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Actually, like, you know how on WordPress you just keep adding it, and it already has the system of that form where it just keeps adding the same format, but just in duplication.
Yeah. um I think actually, oh, man, this is like this is all too scattered. But yeah, you know what? I will talk with Julian after the governance board is finished, and then I sneak attack him with this, and hopefully like a more refined wireframe design, so he has like a good idea on how this is supposed to look like. That's fine. We'll all feedback. Yeah, exactly. This is not about professional web design because this definitely isn't professional right now. This is more about accumulating the information that we think is important. So, for example, a lot of this stuff here, right? A lot of this
mm,
like clutter,
mm,
I would want to just get rid of, to be honest. I
mhm.
think no one really looks at this, right? So why do it in the first place? And I'm also thinking of, I actually did something. Let me think, where can I show this to you best way possible? I think I did it for here. Yeah. I created this, you know, um, this shelf menu for Alana, right? And sorry. And here at the bottom are the social media icons all
Mhm,
collectively, right? So maybe not exactly that. Also, we won't have a shelf menu, right? We have a burger menu
mm,
Yeah,
when the site becomes smaller. But something where just all social media icons are all in one place and very, very visible. And we just really reserve the bottom here for the stuff that no one wants to read anyways, right? So sorry, I don't want to be an asshole, but like terms of use, right? So terms.
Policy, privacy policy, terms of service, and I don't know. Maybe we could have at the end also like a blog for sign up for our newsletter. just
Yeah.
as a last blog over there.
Yeah.
There, exactly.
Yeah. Agreed. Sign up now. Stay on top. Okay. Yeah, just like that, and then I'm gonna, you know,
Yeah, exactly. And we already need to add there our LinkedIn, TikTok,
yeah.
Farcaster,
Yeah, see, the whole
social media.
purpose of a website is to state what the product is, who the product is for, what does it do, and how does it work. So these are the four main things that you need to have on your homepage, and then sub pages can be all of the subsidiary, uh, you know, like main. What do you, I think it's too late. My brain's slowing down. Um,
Yeah, it's okay. We before you joined, we actually went through those. I think we have them covered. And so
okay.
the hero is like, I don't
Yeah.
know, protocol, what it does, right? And the
Yeah.
phrasing, we can go through the phrasing next time, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
would try my best, but then I'm pretty sure you guys want to change stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
How it works, right? Visually
Yeah.
explained. The stats,
Yeah.
who are we, right? That we're governed by a decentralized community who's using it, and what we offer, this idea of
Yeah.
UNCC for protocol as a service, the sign up, and then the stuff we
Yeah.
need to have, but no one wants to actually spend time on
Yeah.
reading,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then I'm thinking of making this year much more refined. So it is not this like, because we found out, right? Most people are trying to use unlock from phones anyways. So why do we then like even have this type of menu up here, right?
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
classic desktop menu. So
Yeah, it
instead,
should be a side menu.
Yeah.
yeah, I even think it should be like a classic burger menu coming from top. So you have like a burger icon here, and then it
Yeah.
scrolls it and
Yeah.
folds down. It has these items. Then it has the get like sign in button, right? And
Hmm.
underneath the sign in button with a
Yeah.
little separation, the social media icons, and we're good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree.
Something like that.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Benjamin, good.
Good.
Also, one thing we can do, anyways, while it's getting
While it's getting
developed.
hot in here, Anupa takes off all her clothes. Sorry.
No, I think people are just going to just opt out. I know we need
I think they're
people,
gonna
but
opt in now that I said this.
um, I don't think we want to be promoted as that kind of
Service protocol.
organization, service provider and protocol.
Service provider.
Um, yeah, is like, let's say when we have an event, because I think we really need to push this, that there is some sort of like aesthetically looking ban that's saying live event happening now. And I've seen this work quite well, you know where the, let's say, the event of the week, maybe it can come in the scroll or somewhere, is also projected somewhere.
On Moondao,
Uh,
they have a live bar where it shows like a progressive thing that is
Yeah,
happening there.
something. Yeah, something.
So that
All,
that could go like after the top bar, like
yeah,
below that, like a live bar. So then
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there could be notifications of marketing working group call, DAO call, you make us show, or
yeah.
any other
Something.
thing that
Yeah,
is happening that day, or when
yeah,
it's going to happen, something like that.
yeah.
Can
Um,
we bench this for now? Like, can you guys remember that you want this without putting it in the first iteration of this?
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah,
I feel
yeah, yeah.
it's much more work to do that,
Okay.
and we might not be able to achieve it, and then this is where it's gonna get stuck. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. No, no, no. We can, yeah, even it doesn't have to be a banner. It just can be one extra thing, which is just like a banner. So you're saying, Stella, to update the website is going to be an issue. So if it's like already done and dusted, that's easier than having constant updates. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
afraid
that's fine. I'm
because
just, yeah,
I cannot do it by myself, right? So I
yeah,
will
yeah.
always
No,
need
generally, yeah,
Julian.
for sure. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring up one conversation, but I think it's really required in just understanding the social, the social posting, because I've been talking to a few people on lately for this, for You Make Us. Everybody's on Twitter, so that's one thing. They themselves use Twitter a lot. One of them said that they also do, they use Restream, but they make the event on Twitter and then it goes, I don't know, I mean, I'll have to figure understand this a bit better before I relay it. So this is a conversation definitely I'd like to have next week. And one more other conversation is that I was looking at what are the kind of posts that do well. So for Twitter, it's definitely video content. So I was thinking, rather than making static posts for You Make Us, because now the reels will also come up. Like once you guys do the event tomorrow, then I'll make little bits, like quick promos of highlights. So even for the promo itself, I think I'm going to switch it to a 45-second reel, because that's what apparently works well. Unfortunately, from India I can't access TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
so I really don't know how that's looking. But yeah, even if I think for TikTok also, short reels and video content does better. So maybe that's something that we can look at rather than static posts.
Yeah, yeah.
So
In
yeah,
fact, that's something that we have discussed some time ago, and
okay,
because of
okay,
seeing how the performance of the videos that are going right now on our account, the
yeah,
best performer is definitely videos like with people in faces over there, and much more dynamic videos that
okay, okay,
more than just the photo or
yeah,
something like that.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah, that's something that has performed really
okay.
well. And in the case, for example, of the video that Jonathan has made, so that kind of content we should be able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
more often.
Maybe,
Hmm.
yeah, that might be something that we can work on together, like next week, on this reframing the video template. Because I think they'll be more useful. And even for LinkedIn, I think carousels do better than static posts. Again, like highlights and, a bit more of storytelling, narrative. So maybe, yeah, we can just think about this. So the DAO call is in an hour, right?
According to my
Yes,
calendar,
it
yes.
Okay,
is.
I will definitely try and join today, because there are some things that I need to discuss with everyone. Uh, so I'll just get some coffee and stay awake. To
Did you let Trix know that you have agenda items so you can put them on the agenda?
Oh no, should I do it quickly now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quickly do it so he can edit so it doesn't get lost. It's
yeah,
always a
and
good idea
that's
to do it.
Because I messaged him and he doesn't reply, so I didn't know. Should I put give a DM it to him, or should I just
No,
at the Council of Stewards and tag him.
okay?
exactly, because he keeps asking every week. He asks
Oh,
all of us, like, what are our agenda items, right?
oh, since
So
I've not been to one, I just generally thought it was like an update. Okay.
yeah. Okay, I would definitely investigate how a live ticker could work because something very simple like this, like ticker banner, that is much more doable. But if you
Exactly.
want to have
That's
this
it.
like classic, like, oh, we're
Right.
live now for one single event, that might be much harder to pull off. And I think
No. Yeah.
YouTube is much easier to do this with than any of the other platforms because their API is much more open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So then we at least have something on there, right? Something
Mm-hmm.
always better than nothing, I guess, in our context. Okay, this is looking decent. I think I can vibe code this up for next week.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. Boop, 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 boop.
Awesome. So Jonathan says, yeah, thanks for the update. That's a good idea for LinkedIn. Talking about Anupa's suggestion. TikTok, it's another kind of beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or AI
I don't
maybe.
even have access to it, so I'll have to just rely on you guys.
I'm sorry, Anupa. I can't show you. Do you wanna see the current TikTok?
Yeah, actually, that would be nice. So I just have some idea of
Mm-hmm.
Right?
like what's going
Okay.
on.
Wait, let me
It's
see.
like, how back in the olden days, like people used to go to somebody's house to listen to the radio. It's like, this is the online version of it.
The internet version of the
Yeah, like my granddad used to tell me that, they used to like go to somebody's house, or I think it was his house, that people used to come and listen to like radio.
yeah, I
Oh,
think maybe
wow.
using VPN you may be able to access, no? Something like that.
Yeah, I no, I think it's completely like banned by our government.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I mean, and since we're doing all live calls, and I'll be like, oh, I'm on VPN doing this, I'll get tracked. So yeah.
So I like even at first glance, right? I think we meet more faces, more some of
Mm-hmm.
this. I
Mm-hmm.
can deliver some of it through Restream because now that we're using Restream, I get access to all of you guys and the smart things that you're saying and can put them in smart little
Yeah.
clips, right?
Yeah.
Um, I actually wanted to quickly also check in with you guys because I was actually gonna try at least out with one of these videos how to do the end screen. I don't know if you remember the end screen that I used to make before. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna quickly call it up. I think I made it for here. Let's see. Um, sorry, pushing forward.
Yeah,
And
please.
I think this
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
logo. And instead of just the logo, you want logo and website, correct?
yeah. So logo could be up and then just right
Website.
below the website, and that's
Okay,
it.
cool.
Oh yeah, I
And
know how to do this thing on Descript where the text appears.
what do you mean?
Like how the caption is coming. I know how
Oh,
to
the
do it.
captions. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I actually, so the new captions are looking, oh, and now nothing is shared anymore because I closed the, damn, damn. Okay, wait.
No, do
Man.
we have a standardized template for the video caption and any of it on a certain software that we can all use?
Yeah, we
No,
don't
honest.
have that, and we should have, because we also should have this, like this closing frame, like a
Oh yeah,
standardized
Adobe
for all
Premiere, I can
videos,
get it.
and the templates should be like available for, I don't know, Jonathan,
Yeah,
Joshua,
yeah,
or
yeah,
any other
yeah.
contributor to use that and place it in their video while they have already edited.
Yeah.
I don't think it always has to be like 1000%, right? So as long as we go with the social media guidelines, we're actually good, right? So if we use the right colors, if we use the right font faces, if we use, and that's already predefined and that you can adjust in any app that you want, right? So Open Sans, right? It's an open script. So it's not a closed typography. It's a Google font, in fact. So you can just use it, right? But I see a lot that just other like people are not giving too much about the social media guidelines, and that is what is a little bit of a problem, right?
Mm.
So why do we have
Um,
guidelines if then like not everyone adheres to them? I don't think every video has to look exactly the same, but as long as it gives the notion of branding, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, but at least
Mm.
as this is coming to our social media, this is something that we could, as you said, uh, the brand guidelines are there, but people are not like really checking them out. But also, if we give them these kind of resources, then they will be able to. Because what I am seeing is that they are not able to download, for example, the logo, and I'm not sure if it's because they can't like really export it, or I don't know. For
Why
example,
wouldn't they be able? Because you created a folder, right, that carries all the logos.
yeah, exactly.
So
So I
what's
don't
the
know.
problem in downloading those?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Guys, what's happening here? Oh, Jonathan is typing like wild. It's an it's for
I
regional
don't know. He's
connection.
talking about the
oh,
restrictions
I don't
Oh,
know.
in the,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I know in the case, for example, of Jonathan, that he already has that resources, so that's no problem for them. But in the
Can
case of new contributors that don't have that, they are not using it. And even though I direct them to the brand guidelines, like they use the color in some cases, but in some others they just don't complete.
Yeah, so if Jonathan and Stella, both of you share an open file of, like, let's say Adobe Premiere and whatever Jonathan uses, then whoever wants to you know figure it out, they'll just get the program and use it. I don't see that
You
being
mean
an
just an
issue.
example file? Is that what you're saying
Yeah,
essentially?
like, so today if I had to see also, okay, I do appreciate that we want to be different, but sometimes it is easier to use a template where you can just replace or add the text and all of that, right? So in my case, for me, it would be easier if I just had your Adobe Premiere file. I'll figure out how I can get the the
The
is this the
program,
open file that you put on?
You asked for the brand guidelines, right?
No, no, no. I asked for a open Adobe Premiere file.
yeah, she's asking for a template
Please, yeah, yeah,
where she
yeah.
could use
No, but
any of
so
these
Jonathan, how do you
resources.
Ah,
make your reels?
okay.
No, that's fine. You don't need to use Premiere or Adobe. But oh, just AI tools. Okay. Like which ones?
Also, the feds, just AI
Yeah,
to suffice it or
Jonathan
share.
usually use
Or maybe there is a prompt, like that you use, which we can also share, use, or something like that. Yeah, in Stella, in your case, just share this if this is okay. Then
I
it
can do
will.
that. It's no problem for me.
Yeah.
I can share an example file and then maybe people, but I have never,
Jonathan.
to be fairly honest, I've never encountered anyone else using a Premiere Pro
Yeah.
before. So like
Mhm.
in DAOs, right? In Alana or in Unlock. So I'm not sure who's gonna use the
Yeah.
template, to be fairly honest. But I can
Yeah.
do it because I'm gonna run a test now to see if Stacey is happy with the test, and then we
Mhm.
can use that if she's happy as a template. I
Okay.
gotta run, guys. It's better to
Yeah.
use the guidelines and have the parameters. Yeah,
Buttons. Okay.
I think so
Yeah.
too. As long as we get that far, we've already achieved a lot, right? And like doing what Stacey said, having these like transparent
Quizzes.
covers on top, so we can make sure the TikTok AI can read like what all of this is about, but it still shows faces, right? Blah 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 blah, and have this ending screen. That's a good
Mhm.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I will try and make that template.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anupa looks very like, mm, so many
No, I'm
things to
actually
sort.
really exhausted today, but I want to be awake for this DAO call
Why?
because no, because I have to say a few things and coordinate. So I'm just gonna be there uh, to say
Okay.
these things.
Yeah,
And
let's ask Trix to have you first, and then you can leave and rest, and then
yeah,
we continue with the agenda.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, this time, I mean, at like in an hour's time, it's not the best time, but let's say if I need to do it once in a while, it's still doable than the other time, which was like 2 hours later, which was like not happening at all, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
totally.
All
yeah.
right, gotta go, guys.
Okay.
Good.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.